Deepwoken is a game loved by many, but there's a problem. And if you've been playing Deepwoken for any length of time, you felt it too, even if you couldn't quite put your finger on what it was. Now first off, and this is fundamental, there's no reason to PvP. No endgame objectives, no meaningful rewards, no progression system tied to player combat whatsoever other than Voidwalker. Let me paint you a picture. You can grind PvE, get loot, progress your build, unlock new areas, discover mantras, complete trials, feel accomplished with every session. You're always working towards something, a better weapon, a new ability, access to a hidden location. Every hour you invest has tangible returns. But PvP, you fight, you win, and you get nothing. Maybe some notes if you're lucky. Maybe their loot if they happen to drop it on death. That's the entire reward structure for PvP. Think about that for a second. In a game where permadeath exists, where losing means actually losing your character, the riskiest activity in the game has the weakest rewards. It's completely backwards. And there's also no exclusive gear that proves you're a skilled fighter, no weapons that can be only earned through PvP victories, no armor sets that show off your combat prowess, no titles, just a different colored name you get till you have to grind again another season. Absolutely nothing shows you are a skilled player. Compare this to literally any other competitive game. Fighting games have ranked ladders, shooters have competitive game modes with exclusive rewards. Even other Roblox games understand this basic principle. If you want players to engage with PvP, you have to give them a reason. And here's the thing that really stinks. The game knows PvP is risky. It knows players hate losing their characters to other players. So what does it do? It makes PvP completely unrewarding, ensuring that only people who engage with it are griefers, who enjoy ruining other people's experiences, or masochists who PvP for the sake of PvP. The game actively discourages PvP by making it the least rewarding path in the entire game, and then wonders why the PvP community is toxic. Why new players quit after getting ganked, why the player base is divided between PvE and PvP. You've created a system where the only motivation to PvP is to ruin someone else's day. That's not game design. That's a mistake. But let's say hypothetically, they added rewards. Let's say they fixed the motivation problem entirely. There's still a massive issue. The experience itself is fundamentally broken. PvP feels clunky, poorly timed, inconsistent, and unreliable at times. In a game that prides itself on tight, Souls-like combat, where parrying is frame perfect in PvE, where timing your dodges matters, where learning enemy patterns is crucial, PvP encounters feel like you're fighting the game itself, not your opponent. Hit registration is questionable at best, hitboxes feel too big sometimes, and you get hit when you shouldn't get hit. Sometimes you parry at the perfect time, you know you timed it right. You've practiced this exact timing against PvE enemies for hours, but in PvP, it just doesn't register. You take the hit anyway, and you die, wondering if you mistimed it or if the game just failed you. You dodge at the last possible second, your character performs the dodge animation, but you still get hit, because on the server's end, you never dodged at all. Your client and the server are telling you two different stories, and the server always wins. The combat that feels incredible against AI, that makes you feel skilled, that makes you feel like you're mastering a difficult system, suddenly feels like you're underwater when fighting real players. Every input has this weird delay, every action feels slightly off. Weapons that work perfectly fine in PvE become unreliable in PvP. That spear thrust that always connects on NPCs whiffs completely against players. That hammer swing with perfect tracking, players just walk through it. The game's combat system wasn't designed for player versus player interactions, and it shows. And don't even get me started on the game's optimization. The servers genuinely cannot handle the game, yet they upped the player cap, making servers even laggier than they needed to be. The core combat loop, the one thing Deepwoken does better than almost any Roblox game, the reason people call it the best fighting game on the platform, falls apart when players fight each other. The foundation that everything is built on crumbles in PvP. And then we get to balance, or the complete lack of it. Metas rotate so fast that by the time we've built around one playstyle, it's already obsolete. 1 week, someone's running Flame Charm with a specific talent combo. The next week, it's completely different. Now it's Frost Draw builds dominating. The week after that, something entirely different. There's no stability, no consistency, no time to actually learn and master a playstyle before it's nerfed into the ground. Some weapons are clearly obviously overtuned. Like, not even questionable, just straight up broken, and they stay broken for weeks, sometimes months. Everyone knows it. The community's screaming about it, but nothing gets done. Some mantras are blatantly overpowered. You can kill someone in 3 hits with the right combination. Meanwhile, other builds take 10, 15 hits to accomplish the same thing. That's not balance, that's just bad game design. Some talents create combinations that shouldn't exist, synergies that are so strong they define entire metas, and instead of adjusting the talents or limiting the combos, the devs just let it ride until the community gets so frustrated they have no choice but to fix it. And instead of meaningful balance patches, careful adjustments that bring things in line without destroying them, we get knee-jerk nerfs that destroy entire playstyles overnight. A build that took you 40 hours to create becomes completely useless. After one patch, not weak, not needs adjustment, just useless. You spend hours, sometimes days, grinding for a specific build. You research the best talents, you farm for the right stats, you find the perfect weapon, you get it all working together. And then a patch drops and your build is worthless. Everything you worked for, gone. But here's the real kicker. The thing that makes all of this worse. The issue that sits beneath every other problem, like a rotten foundation. The servers can't even handle the game. The game is so poorly optimized that servers struggle with half the player's capacity they're supposed to support. Imagine trying to enjoy skill-based combat when the server itself is lagging. When the technical infrastructure can't support the gameplay experience, mass PvP events? Forget it. The server starts chugging immediately, abilities stop working correctly, players start teleporting around like they're speedrunning through space-time. The game stops becoming a game and becomes a literal slideshow. I'm not exaggerating. Get 10, 15 players in one area, all using mantras, all fighting, and watch the server commit suicide in real life. Frame rates tank, inputs get eaten, skills don't activate. The game stops being playable. Even in regular encounters, just normal 2v2 or 3v3 fights, multiple players show up. Performance tanks, your FPS drops from a smooth 60 to 20. Inputs get delayed by entire seconds, and suddenly that frame-perfect parry window, gone, doesn't exist, because the game can't keep up with what's happening. Certain mantras cause frame drops or just cause the server to freeze, such as Coral Spear, for example. Some areas are practically unplayable during peak hours. The Etrian Luminant, for example, when it's full, good luck. The game struggles to keep up. Try to PvP there and you're fighting your demons more than your opponent. How are you supposed to have competitive PvP when the technical infrastructure can't support it? When skill doesn't matter because the server can't process a fight properly? When the outcome of a battle is determined by someone who has better FPS at that moment, you can't build a PvP focused game, or even a game with PvP as a major component on servers that can't handle PvP. It's just that simple, it's foundational, and Deepwoken has failed at the fundamental level. Every other problem I've mentioned, the lack of rewards, the clunky feel, the terrible balance, all of it made worse by the fact that the game can't technically handle what it's trying to do. You're building a house out of quicksand. and wondering why the walls keep cracking. Fix the technical problems, and maybe the other issues become solvable. But right now you're asking players to engage with a system that's broken at the most fundamental level. Now, I'm not here to just tear the game apart. I'm not here to destroy something people love. Because despite everything I just said, despite all these problems, Deepwoken is still incredible, and the foundation is there. The potential is massive. These problems, they're fixable, every single one of them, and I'm going to tell you exactly how. First, and this is critical, they need to create like a separate Luminant dedicated entirely to endgame PvP, not another exploration zone, not another beautiful map with intricate design, a pure optimized PvP arena. Here's the concept. Imagine a Luminant that's built from the ground up with one goal in mind: performance. Strip away the excess lighting, minimize the complex geometry, remove the unnecessary visual clutter, create a space where the game can actually handle large-scale PvP without dying. This isn't about making the game ugly, this is about priorities. You can have a visually clean arena that still looks good but runs at a stable frame rate when 20 players are fighting. Other games do this. Fighting games just have optimized stages for specifically competitive play. Shooters have performance map. Deepwoken needs the same thing. Obviously, the base game needs optimization, but this would be the easiest solution and the best one for giving rewards for PvP and making it more rewarding. I know it's been a long time since I've posted, and this wasn't the video that I anticipated making the second I got back into Deep again, but I hope that the devs take this seriously and really want to push the game forward and make it a better experience for everyone. Anyways, I will be working on a new video here soon, and I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I hope this helps the community out a little bit and speaks out for the unheard voices that are out there right now.